Hi there, my name is MacArthur and I'm a clinical hypnotherapist based here in sunny Edinburgh. And my good friend Neeraj has asked me to do a quick video on how to deal with anxiety because let's face it, just now we're living in quite anxious times. I know myself, the whole business, the whole life is turned upside down, but we're still here. And hopefully this video can maybe give you some insight, some techniques that can stop anxiety in its tracks. The technique specifically I like to talk about with you today is what I call the triangle. And I teach this to every client that in the first session when we meet. So here it is. Triangle obviously signifying that there's 3 parts of the technique. There you go, I can count. And the first one is our eyesight. You see, when we get anxious, so we get a panic attack coming on, our eyesight goes into tunnel vision, foveal vision, because our brain is looking for a perceived threat, like there's a tiger in the room. To overcome this right away is to make our vision go wide, or as we say, peripheral vision. So as I'm looking at you now, I'm allowing my vision to go wide, so I can pick up everything in the periphery of my vision. Now, when I do that, I'm basically signifying to my brain that everything's safe. So it's a great hack. And this actually has been proven by Princeton University in the States. I've actually come up with evidence to support this. So when we're scared or anxious, we're in the sympathetic nervous system, or fight or flight. Where those techniques we want to do is get you to the parasympathetic nervous system, or just to be able to relax. But be aware of space is key, okay? So that's the first one, space. But also space, you can do it with sound. I can hypnotize people just by listening to the space in between my voice. So don't listen to my voice. Be aware of the space and go into that space. And this can be a very effective way of getting into a very relaxed, meditative state, just by allowing your eyes to go wide. So that's number one. The second one is our jaw. You see, again, if we're experiencing anxiety or stress, we find that we clench our jaw. I'll explain why in a minute. And of course, talking to on behalf of a dentist, this causes bruxism, as when we grind our teeth. I myself have sadly had personal experience of that. That's why I know Neeraj so well. I'm never out the practice. However, if I just allow my jaw to go soft, when I do that, again, it signifies to my brain that everything's safe. Because when I relax my jaw, when I soften my jaw like this, and then again maybe soften my shoulders, it activates the vagus nerve. Now, the vagus nerve is very much in vogue nowadays in therapy because it's very relaxing. It feeds oxygen to our nervous system. Well, that's one of the many things it does. So that's why when we clench our jaw, our brain, our unconscious mind, is trying to close that down because we're getting ready to fight or flight. So by relaxing the jaw, overrides that and gets us into parasympathetic again. Now, to really amp this up, now I want you just to drop your tongue to the bottom of your mouth and so relax your mouth, your jaw. And notice what happens when you do that. You just do like that and let it all soft. Just notice what happens to the chattery mind. So we usually get a chattery mind when we're anxious. By letting our tongue drop, it makes our mind go quiet. And again, this has come from the latest findings of neuroscience. This was discovered by an actual neurosurgeon down in Guy's Hospital in London. He noticed that he was working with a patient using CAT scans. The person was getting very agitated. And because he had loops on, highly magnified glasses, he noticed that the man's tongue, when he looked at down the man's throat, his tongue was moving like a little butterfly. So when we've got a chattery mind, your tongue is actually moving because it's linked to the base of your brain. So just by allowing it to go soft, it stops the chatter. So again, to recap, the triangle, we have space, let your jaw go soft, and drop your tongue. And notice what happens. You'll go into a very, very relaxed state. Now, obviously, this takes practice. I've been doing this for a while. But the more you practice this, the easier it gets. So when I maybe go on a bus, which obviously I'm not doing much of nowadays, I'll sit down, I'll pick a spot, I'll focus, I'll allow my vision to go wide, I'll drop my shoulders, relax my jaw, let my tongue drop. And just breathe gently and deeply. I'm away. I'm away. I teach this to predominantly rock climbers, athletes, people in the armed forces, CEOs, everybody that's maybe in a high stressful job. And this stuff works. It really does if you work it.